Well, there's a lot of white light.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks like, well, just like nowhere. It's just real pretty. I don't see any people or anything. I just see light. I still feel something scary, but I feel peaceful.
As you're there, can you perceive somebody there? Are you alone?
I'm actually going somewhere, and I'm going to meet somebody, but right now there's nobody. It's just I know that there's somebody I'm going to meet. And they're waiting for me, and I'm just looking at everything. It's real quiet, and it's just white. It's like some kind of a road that the earth, the ground is like golden pebbles, and I'm not in that white anymore. It's like I walked out of the white, and there's like these golden pebbles, and it's a high place.
It's a day or night?
It's day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like atop of a mountain or some sort of a high place, and there's like 3 people waiting, and the gold road is just like a circle, and they're over to the kind of the right little catty corner from me. So I'm walking on the gold road, but it's a circle, and then they're like waiting on the outer, like where the circle ends, and they're more standing like in the grass. So for some reason I'm supposed to walk over the gold stones to get to them for whatever reason. I don't know what that means, but so yeah, it's 3 people, and I'm getting closer to them, and they're ethereal, so I could see their shapes, but I don't really not see a whole bit definition of faces. There's a man in the middle, he's taller, and then a man to his right is a little shorter, and then a lady, she's older, and she is shorter than the 2 of them, and they have like kind of flowy clothes, but they all have this really cool belt with these emblems on their belts. I've seen those belts before, and they're just wanting to talk to me.
Are they familiar to you?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I have seen them before. They belong to, not that they belong, but I mean it's a consciousness that's connected to Ashtar. Do you know Ashtar?
No.
Yeah, Ashtar is he's the commander of the Intergalactical Space Command.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes I visit, or he visits me, or we talk over different times. And but this is not Ashtar. This is somebody else. He's like an older man, and they seem like, they just are waiting for me, and they're saying, well, we've been waiting for a while now. And I said, yeah, I know, I've been pretty distracted. And they said, well, it's important to get back on your track, on your road, your right track.
Ask them, what is your right track?
Yeah, that's what I don't know. Yeah, what is my right track? Because I don't know what it is right now. I just know I haven't felt connected. I haven't felt the same like I used to feel. the good feeling I used to always have.
What did they say to you?
They said that I have I've sort of fallen into more of a earthy consciousness instead of...
Just relax and allow yourself. Just relax. Allow yourself to be there. Connect with them. And as you do, I want you to look down. Can you see your feet?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe it for me?
Well, it just feels like, you mean, where are they standing? Or what do they look like?
No. Okay, you can describe it to them, how they look like.
Oh, like today they look too big. For some reason. They look so big when I look at them, and I've always had little feet. So they look like they're big.
What else?
And heavy.
Tell me more.
And they almost look like a man's feet instead of my feet.
Does it have a color?
Yeah, they're like flesh color. But they don't feel like my feet, but they are connected to my body.
How do your feet look? Look at your feet.
They look like they've been, like too much walking, and they don't look good. No.
Are you wearing shoes?
No.
Bare feet? As you look at your feet, go up and tell me how you look, how your body looks. What are you wearing?
Well, looks like my legs are kind of thin, and they have lots of suntan, and then they're long legs, and then I have like a torn burlap kind of thing, clothing. Definitely a man's body, not my fit, not this body. It's definitely.
You feel male?
Definitely male, yeah.
Do you feel old or young?
Feel old and tired, and like I'm thirsty and dirty, and I feel like I've been walking in circles, and
Are you close to the people that you're meeting? Are you with them now?
Yeah, I think so. No, not really. They're far away now. Now I'm more like somewhere like a desert or a camp of some sort a long time ago.
What are you doing? Are you walking?
Just working so hard and feeling like I work too much, and there's so much to do, and just trying to survive, like the weather, and just trying to survive, it's like maybe a tent or something I live in.
Describe it to me.
Definitely desert area, and
is your tent big or small?
Well, it's big enough. I feel like I had a family, but I don't think I have them anymore. I feel like I'm alone. I'm a man. I'm older, and you can't keep too clean. There's not a lot of water. And
are you in your house now?
No, I'm outside. I'm outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, it seems like I'm outside all the time. I'm like in this desert, and then I go up on this mountain, and I have, maybe I herd sheep or something, but I have like a climbing stick, and I do have shoes
Mm-hmm.
to wear, but I don't always wear them. It just seems like hard work to survive, basically, is, just like, gosh, and it's not like I don't like it. I mean, it's my life, but I feel like I don't. I hope I don't have to do it too much longer because it's hard.
Are you carrying something with you?
No.
A tool or something? A bag? An ornament? What is the color of your skin?
It's kind of brown, darker brown than I am now, but not like a Negro, or not that dark, but dark, brown, like tan,
Mm-hmm.
tanner color. I mean, I definitely feel like this could be Israel, or a long time ago, like biblical times, like long time ago. But I feel like it could be Israel, or I don't feel like Arabia. I think it's old Israel. That's what I think.
What do you feel that you do with the most of your day?
Well, it feels like I go to the mountain every day. Like I get up and I have some water and something to eat, and then there's like I said, sheep. There's animals, maybe even goat. And it feels like I go to the mountain and I climb the mountain. I have a walking stick. And I go up the mountain.
And what do you do over there?
I think I just pray.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a spot up there. And I go and I pray. And I feel like I pray, maybe talk to God, or...
Do you do this by yourself?
Yes, I do. I go by myself, and I feel like I'm alone, but it doesn't feel bad. And I just pray, and then I feel like I'm having this life, like I'm supposed to be alone. I'm supposed to just pray. I might have some kind of a, like it feels like a purpose for the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like where I live in this camp, everybody works. It's not, they work the land or whatever they're doing to survive. There's a lot of survival things going on here. It's not luxury or joy, I mean, people love each other and they work together, but I'm definitely separate from the other people. And I definitely do go up on the mountain by myself, and I come down, and then sometimes I give them a message.
About what?
About something that God said, or something that they're supposed to do. I mean, it's funny. I almost feel like it's Moses, the kind of the feeling I'm getting.
It seems to me like people trust you.
Yeah, the people trust me, but I just sacrifice, and it's like I know I'm doing something for the people, and I feel like I've sacrificed my life for this, and so that was what I was supposed to be doing. I feel good about that part.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like I'm very old.
Mm-hmm. Now, leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important.
I see that I'm laying on a cot, and there's an oil lamp behind me with light, and I know I'm going to die. It's okay. The people were gathered around. And my daughter, who I haven't seen in a long time for some reason, has come to the camp. And we're so happy to see each other. And she holds my hand and we hug. And somehow she came, and I hadn't seen her in a long time. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she had, Papa, I have to come and be with you. And she's so beautiful. And she loves me. And
what do you say to her?
I tell her that I missed her all these years, or how much time it was. And she's so grown up now. And how did she know where I was? And I don't know, somebody got word to her that her dad was still alive, and so she looked for me and she found me, and luckily it was right before I was dying, which is sort of interesting. And then I gave her some things I wrote, some papers. Like I reached down under the cot and there's these papers, and I gave her these messages in these papers, and I told her these are for her to keep, and special messages that I wanted her to be the one to have them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told her to share these with people that you feel are in pain or need the messages. And then people around the camp were like, some people are crying because they know I'm going to die. And then it's like this light, this angel comes, and I leave the body and go with the angel. And people are just there.
As you leave the body, how do you feel?
So happy. I'm so glad, because I was old and I was really tired of climbing the mountain, physically. And I felt like it was so wonderful to unite with the angel and to go back to, to be with that. It's like it was so easy to leave the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it seems as if in that life I felt like I had detached from the earth a lot, and I had given up things. I just was living a simple life, and it feels like that was a very spiritually important life for me, and that those papers I gave my daughter were important messages for her to give to other people.
Mm-hmm. What was those messages?
Well, they were primarily like words from God about the wisdom of life, and how you must keep your soul connected to God, but your body survives on the earth. And their messages about the earth is beautiful, but it's not your home. It's really, your home is with God. And
those people understand the message?
Oh, the people at the camp did understand the messages, and I had given them some other messages. There was a lot of them. I don't know what they all said. There was just like maybe hundreds of messages. There's lots of messages.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones I gave my daughter were the ones she took, I don't know what really was in them, but just something, special messages that she took with her to other places. But when I kind of tuned into what she was doing, she was a little bit afraid to tell the messages, you know what I mean? Certain people had them, but she was afraid to tell the messages.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept them. And then I know by feeling is she gave them to her children. But the overall feeling is that over the years, a lot of people read the messages and they were important and more than likely turned into some sort of book or documents. But I have no idea what they were.
Mm-hmm. As you on the other side, from that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at a life, what did you learn from it?
The biggest lesson I learned was that you don't have to suffer to be survival, and that God doesn't expect you to, sacrifice your whole life for things. That you could have a good life and not have to sacrifice everything to have a good life. So I learned that you can have God, but you don't have to have the sacrifice of, pain and loneliness and walking barefoot and all the things I did in that life, thinking that that's how I was going to be spiritual, abject poverty, and that you don't have to do that, and you can still get to God.
Mm-hmm. What do you think was the purpose of that lifetime?
To get the messages to give to the people.
Mm-hmm. What else?
To have my daughter be born so she could have more children in our heritage. And I think primarily was to write those messages, to write what I got, those messages from God.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they were, I feel like people read them, and they might be still floating around the planet somehow.
Do you feel you fulfilled your purpose?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Move away from the scene, leaving the person there to continue on their own path. You can move either forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that has information that you need.
Well, actually, I just see myself right now. I see myself at my house where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And I see myself looking out the window, at the kitchen window, and the yard. And I see myself looking at all this stuff. And, or I'm actually looking down at myself, looking at this stuff. And having a very difficult time relating to what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just feel like I'm up in my higher self is looking down at, at me now, and I'm just getting this, I don't know what I'm doing. And when you ask me to go back on these other lifetimes and what messages that I have, I feel like the other lifetimes feel so clear, like different lifetimes I had feel like they cleared up, and I don't feel like there's really too much. I don't know why I don't, but I just don't feel like there's too much to pull for from the past, because I feel like I'm a creator in the now, and why am I creating what I'm creating now? Because it's not making me happy at all. And I remember in past lives that whatever I did, I was happier.
Mm-hmm.
seems like this has been my most unhappy life that I can remember. I just want to be happy again. I want to feel that love, and I had so much love before. And it seems like people are mean now, and they come to my house to work and then they get mad at me and they demand more money, and it feels like I'm just not that beautiful, happy soul I was. And even if I go back on my past lives, it really doesn't make any difference, because this is the life I'm in now, and this is the one I have to live, and this is the one I created, and it's not bringing me the joy I want.
As you there, are you observing yourself from another perspective, or are you being there, feeling that way?
Both. It's like I'm feeling, and I'm saying this to my high self, and my high self is there, and I'm telling my high self, and then my high self is, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The high self is listening. But I don't feel like my high self is answering anything. It's just listening to me.
Well, allow yourself to connect in all senses. You are always connected. And you can hear it. You can feel it. What is your higher self telling you?
My higher self is thinking that when I feel that way, that I'm deliberately not listening to my higher self. And that part of me that has all that negative energy and dwells on it is a part of me that I have to let go of her, and like that's a duality. But it's not a good duality. It's
not serving you, right?
No, and it's not. And my higher self is almost like banging and saying, listen, you have to get really seriously, get clear, and not allow that part to just, come back and just come back. And I fought with this I think almost my whole life. I fought with this part of me, this duality part, and sometimes it's not even there for months, and then she just pops up,
Do you like the feeling?
No.
That it brings you to think about your regret?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Does it serving you?
No.
Do you want to release it?
Well, yes, I do, because I don't like it, and it's very destructive.
Ask your higher self if you're ready to release that.
The higher self said, no, I'm not. I'm not. The higher self doesn't believe I'm ready to really release it. So that's what we should find out.
And are you ready to forgive for that decision? Are you ready to forgive yourself for that decision that is in the past?
Oh, absolutely. I forgive myself for that decision. That is in the past.
Okay. As you say, you forgive yourself for that decision. So even thinking in that decision, it will not longer affect you. So I want you to release that feeling. Just release. And your higher self will help you to release that feeling that brings in you that you made a mistake to come here. It doesn't serve you. Just release it. How are you releasing this feeling.
Well, it's kind of interesting, but
just make the intention. It's all that matters.
Yeah.
Make the intentions and release this feeling how you wanted to release it.
I just wrote it down and threw it away.
Perfect. Back. And we're gonna throw it away in this beautiful bubble of white light. And whatever you throw in this bubble, it will be turned to love. Back to source, where it belongs. And now that you have this space where you was holding regret and sadness, I want you to fill it up with something that you like. That's something that will serve you. What you want to put there?
Well, some of it is money. I want to put some money in there. And let's see what else. Oh, this needs to be up here. Love and my dog, my puppy.
Let's fill all that space with love.
Yeah, I like to put love in there. Lots of love.
Perfect.
Love, love, love.
Tell me when you fill it up, that space with love.
Okay.
Now, ask your higher self to look down to you and see what you look like now.
Well, it looks more like me.
But your higher self can look at your energetic body. Does it look better?
Oh yeah, those old feet are gone.
That is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want you to move away to another scene, to another time, in another place. Bring it into your mind and tell me what is going on.
The only thing I can think about is how can I move out of my house? That's the thought in my mind, is trying to open more, to other like things, and that there's yeah, you said I can move, and then I'm thinking about my move, and I'm going, well, how am I going to move? So the thought would be, first of all, I wanted to ask if it really...
Do you worry how I'm going to breathe? Or you just breathe?
I just breathe.
Are you worried how I'm going to digest my food? Or you just trust?
I do worry about that. I take digestive enzymes.
Or you just trust your body?
No, I trust my body, yeah.
Perfect. Do you trust your source?
I trust what?
Your source.
My source?
Mm-hmm. Whatever you believe in, God.
Well, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that I do, but I'm in this bad place now that I don't know if I trust that.
What is the thought that make you don't trust?
I just don't trust that. Okay, instead of saying what I don't trust, let me tell you how about if we talk about what I'm afraid of? Okay, because that...
Later.
Now? Right now, okay, I don't trust that I'm going to accomplish all the work I need to accomplish and have all the money I need to do it in the time that it needs to be done. That's what I don't trust.
Do you don't trust that process? What in specific you don't
I don't trust that I can physically and emotionally do it. I just don't trust that I can do this.
Why?
My ability is what I don't trust, right?
Why?
Because I haven't been feeling good. I'm physically tired. I'm out of money. And I just don't know that I trust that I can do this. Every time I think about doing it, it looks like it's all going to just be taken away from me. And I'm just going to be just penniless. Every time I think, okay, I'm going to do this, and it feels like something just comes in and just says, no, no, and they just take it all away, and I'm just left like with nothing.
Do you remember what your higher says when she was looking down to you?
Yes.
What it was?
Don't be negative.
Yes. There is a lot of things that can go wrong. But there is a lot of things that can go right. Why you don't focus on all the things that can go right.
Mm-hmm.
And live to the universe. Live to source. Live to God. To show the way.
Good question.
Do you remember what Jesus told you?
Yeah, he said, all will be well.
So you don't trust him.
Well, basically what it is
Why are you worrying? Ask yourself why.
I know why I'm worried, because I'm worried that maybe I'm not supposed to sell my house. I'm doubting myself.
So you don't trust.
Right. I don't trust that that's what I'm supposed to do. But then on the other hand, I don't know how I would pay for everything because I don't have the money anymore. So I just don't have the income.
Do you trust yourself to be able in one way or another? Be honest.
Not since I got sick. It's different.
Okay. Do you trust what Jesus said to you? Because I don't think Jesus meant in just that time.
Do I trust what Jesus said? Well, that's a good point.
Do you think he only told you that for that situation? Or do you really need him to appear every single time that you're having hard difficulties?
No.
No.
I don't.
Just go back there. Whatever you need to. And listen. Open your heart. Open your heart. Go in and connect with him. Listen to his words and trust. That's all that you need to trust. You don't trust in yourself? Okay. Do you trust in what he said to you? Then trust him.
Mm-hmm.
Allow yourself to be guided. Open your heart. Connect with your heart. Go in. Go in and trust.
I'm working on it.
How?
No, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm working on trusting.
Tell me what is going on. Tell me what you're looking. What are you
Well,
imagining?
it's my dog. My dog's talking to me.
What he say? Is he a she? He?
He's a little puppy. One thing that I do trust is that, I promised him I'd take care of him. I know that sounds silly, but...
Would you do that? The most that you can to do that? To keep that promise?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Do you think Jesus is doing the same in you?
Yeah.
Or do you think Jesus say, oh, okay, you know what? I'm giving up on you.
No, I don't. No, I don't
never.
think. Mm-mm.
He will do until the end the best to guide you.
I know, because I'm probably one of the only few people we ever talked to in person.
Exactly.
There must be a really good reason for that.
Yes. I don't think it's not only one reason. It's more than one reason. Because Jesus can see you through you.
Mm-hmm.
He's seeing you, the power that you have within. But it's not just Jesus' choice to use it or not.
Right, it's true.
Whose choice is that he say to you, don't worry. But you're making the choice to worry. Why? Just ask yourself every time that you feel worried, why? I don't have need for this. I trust. And every time that you don't trust in yourself, trust in your support, in Jesus, in your guides,
Mm-hmm.
and in your dog. So what is that dog telling you?
Well, he loves me. He just said you promised to take care of me, and now you have to.
He said that? And when you promise to him, do you promise by heart?
Of course.
Then you can answer with your open heart to him. Of course I will do it.
Mm-hmm.
In the best way that I can. But don't hold in yourself the stress of responsibility. Just let it go. And promise yourself to take better care of you.
Definitely have to.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do it, see how your body is reacting.
Well, my body likes that.
Of course, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Promise yourself that you will trust in yourself.
Now I trust me.
Yes. And now relax all the body. Just relax completely and feel how this trust fills up every cell of your body. And it feels good. Really good. Now I want you to move away to another place, to another time, drifting and floating. Just tell me what you see. What is the first impression that you have in your mind?
Well, I'm with a man that loves me, and he's telling me he loves me.
Who is that man?
I believe it's Kenny. But it's, not now. It's a while ago.
That's okay.
But
As you there, how do you feel?
I feel like I love him too, but I feel like it's not on Earth. It's like, it's not in this time. It's different time, like maybe medieval or castles and kings, and me and Kenny, all in love, very, very happy, and we're together. Wonderful, wonderful, loving relationship.
Are you have family together?
Yes. We have family, we have children, we have a home, a castle, we have relatives. It's a very happy lifetime. Good lifetime.
How do you look in there?
Well, I'm shorter than I am now, very and slender, and he's probably the same height as he is, around 5'11" or 6 feet. And I have dark hair, straight and long. And I'm a petite girl.
Mm-hmm.
And we're about the same age.
Do you look younger or older?
I'm younger. No, in this vision, I'm younger. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm seeing younger, maybe teenager or 20s, and we're very in love. But then I also saw earlier older, like in the later years, 30s, 40s.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like the whole time I was with him, all those years, that lifetime was just all happy, beautiful, and love. And it feels just beautiful, that lifetime. Mm-hmm.
As you see in his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
I want to observe his eyes and see if he looks like somebody in this lifetime. Is he in this lifetime now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's in this lifetime, too.
Do you know who he is?
Yes, it's Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
The same person. He wasn't Kenny then.
Mm-hmm. What about your kids?
Our kids then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I see the kids then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see. We have, the kids are young right now, what I'm seeing. There's a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
She has blonde hair. There's a boy. The girl's small, then the boy's probably 4 or 5. And he has darker hair. And it feels like I'm pregnant again, so that would be the third one. And we have...
When you see in your daughter's eyes, do you recognize her in this life?
No.
What about your son? Look at his eyes.
I don't recognize him.
Okay. Do you know what are you having? A boy and a girl?
Boy.
A boy. Okay. And I want you to move forwards.
Mm-hmm.
In that lifetime, when your son has born, be there and tell me what is going on.
And tell you what?
Tell me what is going on. What is happening?
Well, he's, I see it's a little bit after he was born. It's a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And
How he look like?
he's also light hair.
Does he look like you or his father?
Me.
Mm-hmm. Look at his eyes. Do you recognize his soul?
I think it is somebody I know, but I can't finger who. Let's see. I feel like this child is somebody I do know in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can figure out who it is. Who is it now that I know? Let's see.
It's okay if you don't recognize.
Well, it's somebody I know now, but I don't think it's anybody I'm related to. Somebody I know. I mean, I've known. But yeah, the kid that was in that lifetime, definitely I know that person in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm. As you're there with your baby and your kids, how they feel about their brother?
They love him. Everybody loves him. He's a happy baby. He's a smiley baby. Like the little girl is kind of shy and she's real cute, and the oldest child is very wise. Now, oh, okay, so the oldest one, now I know who that is. That's my nephew, Danny. I didn't know that before, but now that he got older, and I'm seeing it as they're growing in that lifetime, the oldest child that I had in that lifetime is my nephew Daniel in this lifetime. Mm-hmm.
What is your husband doing?
You mean Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
In that life?
Yes.
Well, he's some sort of, he's not a king, but he owns the land. So he has land and, you know, we have land, but he's not I don't know if he's a king. I mean, he's somebody important, but...
Is he with you right now in the baby?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
My husband and I are sitting on the bed, and we're playing with the baby on the bed. Mm-hmm. And it's like a, Sunday or some casual day.
It's day or night?
Day, morning, early morning. And we're playing with the baby, and the other two kids are, the little girl's there, but the big boy's not there. And we're just having a nice time, and we're real happy.
Beautiful. Fill yourself with all the happiness that you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to move in the same time life. Move to another time. There's something important is happening in that time life. Be there now and tell me what you see.
I see my little baby son getting married. He's getting married.
How you feel about it?
Love it. I love the girl. I love him. It's a wonderful wedding. Everybody's real happy. This has actually been a good life, this life. I don't see any bad stuff around us. We have, he's getting married to this lovely girl, and
what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a dress that's purple, like a purple velvet. And then it has a cut here, and there's like white. And my hair's all woven up in some kind of thing with braids and like some sort of crown thing or hat thing. And the bride is white, everything's white. And we're getting married. She's getting married outside, not in this church. It's an outside wedding somewhere, and a lot of people are there, but it's kind of a quiet, I guess it's just outside of the house or something. I'm out, outside in the land. Very nice, very, very nice. Beautiful experience. I like it. Mm-hmm.
Is something important is happening right now besides that?
There's something weird. There is this lady.
Mm-hmm. Look at her eyes.
Yeah, this old lady, a scary lady.
I want you to look at her eyes and see if you can recognize this lady.
I think it's my mother. From this life. Very interesting, because that lady that's at the wedding, she's not from our town. She's like a new lady that appeared in the town.
And
Do
you know her?
Well, not really, because I just remember at the wedding saying, well, who's that lady?
Who invited her?
Well, that's a good question. She's new in town. She came to the town. I think she maybe knew somebody as a relative of somebody. You know, because the towns are small. There's not a lot of people that live there. They're like communities. It just was odd that she was there. That's all I could say. I didn't really...
As you look at her eyes, I want you to allow yourself to connect with her. Use all your senses and connect with her mind. And ask her, why is she there?
She said she had nowhere to go, and she was wandering around, and she found this town.
And what she's doing in the wedding?
Nothing. She's just there, like in the audience.
As an observer?
Yeah, observer. She's just an observer.
Okay. Okay, let's move. Move away from the scene. Just float away. Drifting and floating away from the scene. And go to another important scene in that same lifetime. Be there now and tell me what you see.
Well, I see that Kenny is dying.
How do you feel about it?
Terrible. Terrible.
Is he sick?
Yes, he's sick and we're old. Well, he's older than me, so. But he seems very old as he's dying. And I'm very, very sad, and the children are with me, but of course they're grown up, and then we have grandkids. And I just remember not everything, not what he said so much before he died. The feeling of...
Just allow yourself to be there.
Yeah, the feeling of I'm losing him. And then as he died...
Be there.
Yeah, I am. As he's dying, I'm feeling this terrible feeling of abandonment, loneliness, sorrow. And I remember he said we'll be together again.
And how it make you feel?
Made me feel really good, like I can't wait to see him. Like, I mean, sad that he was leaving, but good that he made a commitment to see me again. And that we were going to be together.
Okay.
And then he passed away, and I only lived another couple years, and then I died.
I want you to go at the last day of that life and tell me what is going on. It's your last day in that lifetime. What you see?
I just see that I had dinner with my children, or whoever was, living there at the time. And
are you sick?
No, I'm not even sick. Have dinner with the kids, with the family. I go, there's a place, there's a memorial for Kenny, and I go there. It's like a statue, and every night I go there and I talk to him, and I tell him I love him, and I feel his presence. And so I go and I do my little prayer, and then I light a candle, and then I say a prayer for the family, and I go to my room and change into a nightgown, and I go in my bed and I lay down and I think about Kenny again, how much I love him and miss him, and I die in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
and unexpected.
And as you in the other side now, and you look at that life from that perspective, what is the lesson that you learn?
That love is the most important thing. Love and being true to your heart, and well, obviously I learned in that life to be a good wife and honor, take care of your children, take care of your land, be responsible for these things. And that love was the most important thing.
And what was the purpose of that life?
I wanted a good life. I wanted to have a life that I was happy, that I was loved, that I was safe, that I was secure. And that life was a life of love. That was my love life. Because that was a good life. There's nothing bad. I can't even think of anything bad that happened in that life. I don't remember anything bad in that life. So that was one life of love and peace that I lived in love, and I had loved. And it was a life of love.
Do you have any regret in that life?
None. Not a regret.
Do you feel like you fulfill
In
the
that,
purpose?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Now I want you to move away from the scene, leaving the person there to continue on their own path. You are now in another time and place. What do you see?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Do you see something?
I see a lot of things. I don't know which one to land on.
Well, that's okay. Just trust and follow. Wherever you feel the stronger pull, just go there. Allow yourself and tell me what you see.
Well, I just keep counting. Now I've come back to this life. So the important day I remember is the day I met my son here on this earth, Larry. My first day. I had never seen him. I'd never met him. And I had prepared this meeting. So he pulls up and he wasn't, I hadn't seen any pictures of him or anything. And he was completely not anything I would have ever expected. I was just unbelievable, and I just stared at him. And I couldn't believe I met my son. I met my son. It was like a miracle for me.
What did you say to him when you saw him?
Just said, I didn't say too much. He didn't say too much. We just kind of stared at each other for a long time.
As you're there with your son and you look at his eyes, do you recognize his soul in another timeline?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. In another timeline, he and I were in love and we were supposed to get married.
And what happened?
This other woman somehow took him away from me. And he married her. And in the other lifetime. And ironically, that's the same woman that he married in this lifetime. He got married. And when he met her in this lifetime, he didn't want to be with me anymore. He didn't want me to be his mother, and he told me I was just a hole that he came out of, and he had to be with her and have a life with her. And then that's when he got, after a little while, we had a great relationship for about 7 months until he met his wife to be. And as soon after he met her, he didn't want anything to do with me anymore. because he said that he didn't have room in his heart for the adopted mother, the wife, and me, and that I was the one that had to go because I was just a hole that he came out of.
And how you feel about it?
Terrible. And I would defend. I said, well, how could you say, I mean, I'm not a hole, I'm a person. I'm your mother. You were in my womb. I gave you life. And he goes, don't ever tell me you're my mother. You're not my mother. You're just the person that I came through.
And how that makes you feel?
Terrible.
What did you say to him?
I said, well, why do you feel that way? And he said, well, because I never knew you, and you weren't there when I was a child, and you didn't raise me, and so I don't have any connection with you that way. And he said, but then what happened is he loved me, and then he got mad at himself because he loved me, because he was originally mad that I gave him up for adoption. And then he was secondarily mad that I was a cooler mother than the mother he had. And he wished he could have been with me to be raised instead of her because she wasn't nice to him. So then he was mad at me because I gave him to a woman that didn't really want him. And I gave him up. So he had lots of reasons to be mad. I don't even know how he feels about me. I have no idea. We never talk about our feelings. Because, you know, I feel... And I don't know how to approach it because... I just, every time I'm over there, like every time I go visit, there's all this loud rock and roll music that my son always plays. So there's never been an opportunity to be quiet and just say, well, how do you feel about this? Or, you know what I mean?
Why you don't make it happen?
Because...
Don't you think he may feel the same way?
Huh?
Don't you think he might feel the same way about you? Like,
well, I don't.
Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable to approach you. Maybe he's feeling the same way that you're doing. That you feeling.
Well, I think so. I think we both feel uncomfortable, and I think that I'd like to talk to his spirit and have his spirit tell me what he feels, because I don't really know what my son feels. I can't mentally guess what he feels.
Okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
To the scene where you just met him, and you said you was just taking a moment to look at each other, be there. And as you're there observing him, I want you to look at his eyes and connect. Use all your senses and connect with him, connect with his mind, and ask him all the questions that you want to know, all the answers that you want to know, that you need.
Well, he's saying that he doesn't really know how he feels about me still. He doesn't really know how he feels about me. He goes back and forth. And he's saying that he'd like to take it real slow, which we decided to do, and just getting to know each other.
And what you want to say to him about that?
That's fine with me. I'll take it slow.
What else do you want to ask him?
Do you forgive me for the past?
What he said?
He said yes. He said the past is over, it's forgiven.
Now what you say to him?
So that's how I feel. The past is over and it's forgiven.
Do you have another question for him?
Well, yeah, I want to ask him if we can have a good heart-to-heart talk about our feelings and our relationship.
What he say about?
Nothing.
Ask him what will be the best way for you to tell him to have this conversation, to clear up both of you feelings and emotions that you hold to each other. What he say?
He just said he doesn't want to talk about it yet. He likes the way it is.
Ask him if he will let you know when he's ready to talk.
He said he will. He's just not ready yet.
Okay, now let's leave the scene. Let's drift away from the life, from the scene. We're drifting and floating away from that life, leaving you there to continue the journey. Why you choose to show her the life of the old man?
Oh, why did you choose to show that one?
Yeah.
To show her that she receives clear messages from God
Mm-hmm.
in many lifetimes, not just this lifetime.
What is that life related to this life now? To her life now?
Those messages.
Is she bringing the same kind of message?
Yes.
In what way?
In her music, her recordings, her meditations, her soul language.
Yeah, just say about that soul language. What is the way that she's supposed to use this language?
She's supposed to use it in writings, writing a book, and deciphering the symbols in the book for people to read the messages.
So she has to write them as the light language or just to translate them?
Both.
Both.
Write the light language and then translate it, that she knows how to do that. And write the translation on the same page as the light language.
What is the source of that light language that she is receiving?
God.
Now, why did you show her the life where she was so happy with her family?
To remind her that she has been loved, even though she doesn't feel loved in this life, that she has had love before, and that she could have love again.
How can she use that to find a loving partner in this lifetime?
She can. However, the person that she would want to be with is not available.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been available.
Why?
He's with someone else.
Is there in any time ahead that they will be possible for them to be together? Or not in this time life?
Not this lifetime, because it's not going to work out. So she needs to let go of that person. She needs to let go of who she thinks is going to be her soulmate in this life, and be receptive to a different person that she wasn't thinking was going to be her soulmate. In other words, the person when she came in this life that she thought was going to be the one she was going to be with at the end of her life is not going to be that person. So she has to take out of her mind, in her memory, that it was going to be this person. And if she could let go of that strong belief it was going to be this particular person and open it up, there would be somebody else that we could bring for her to be with.
Can you give her an advice? How can she do that? Because it seems that she's having a hard time to let go.
Well, this is the first time she knew this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
can you advise her? How can she do that? How can she let go this so she can open herself to this possibility?
That's what I'm just telling her now. There is somebody else, but it's not going to be that person. She didn't know that before. She didn't know there was another one. This is the first time I've told her there's somebody else. So that's how she could let go, is because she's going to know there's someone else. Okay. She was thinking that's the only person. That's why she wasn't having somebody else.
She was closing herself. Okay, so now she will be more able to open herself to this new
person, but it's not going to be that one.
So now it's going to be more easy for her to be open.
Right, because it's going to be a whole different person than she even thought it was going to be, but she has to realize it's not going to be that person.
Can you tell when this is going to happen?
She needs to stop waiting and planning for when she's going to meet him. Because what she's been doing is putting a lot of things off. Like, well, I don't want to meet him until I move. I don't want to meet him until I lose weight. You know, she's putting off. She needs to stop putting that off and realize that this person's going to love her even if she doesn't lose 5 pounds. Or he's going to love her even if she's 69 years old or 70. She has all these fears in her mind that she has to be perfect for this person. She has to be thin, and she has to have this, and she has to have that. And those are all her old fears. So,
can you remove the fears for her?
Yeah, if she wants them.
Yes, she is.
I think she does. Yeah, I just tell her that the person that will love you loves you exactly like you are right now. You don't have to change for that person. You don't have to get a boob job or whatever you're thinking. You don't have to do that, because that person already loves you. He already wants you. He already wants to be with you. And he can't come in. She just has to accept herself more and love herself and know that she's perfect the way she is.
Can you help her on that?
I'll help her, but that's still her free will. Her free will is, can she just let go of that and allow this man to come in and love her for who she is, and really trust and believe that this is the right person.
Okay. Now, she really wants to know what is the name of her main spirit guide.
It's Ashtar. She knows Ashtar, but hasn't been clear that that's actually the main spirit guide. Her main spirit guide is Ashtar, and she has angels that work with her. Archangel Michael and Gabriel spend a lot of time working with her and helping her. And she also definitely is connected with Jesus. But he's not really her spirit guide. He's so much more than a spirit guide. You can't call Jesus your spirit guide. He's more than that. He does guide her, but the actual intermissary spirit guide is Ashtar.
Okay, perfect. So now that she knows, can you help her to open and clear more that communication and remove all blockages so she can receive a clear message?
Yes.
Thank you. She wonders what is the highest will for her regarding to her house, about selling it or rent it or staying in there.
The highest will, it's in her best interest to move out of the house, as the house is cumbersome to her and it no longer serves her purpose. She doesn't need that house. She likes the house. She doesn't need the house. So we really inspired her to move into the mobile home temporarily and let her know the mobile home is temporary, that she's not going to be there that long. But she does need to accept that it is in her best interest to move. Not necessarily highest will. Her best interest is to move out of the house. And she needs to accept moving and do whatever she can to get the motivation to move and understand that it's temporary. There's much better things coming after she moves, but the house just does not serve the purpose anymore.
Can you help her to get that motivation so for her it's more easy to achieve it?
Well, it's not that easy because there's something that's holding her to the house.
What is that?
It's a spiritual tie.
Is this good for her or not?
No.
Can we remove it?
Yeah.
Please. Thank you. Why she feel overwhelmed and not able to complete the movie? Is that the tide that you're removing?
Yes.
Okay. Once it's removed, she wouldn't have any more of this sensation of,
No.
Okay, that is perfect.
The house has to let her go.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't want her to leave, so it's messing things up. And that tie is tied into her sister not wanting her to move either.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that her sister doesn't want her to move. Her sister doesn't want her to prosper.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to focus more on her dog. Get away from the sister's thoughts. Focus more on her dog and her life with her dog, because that's very positive for her. And she needs to move, and she hasn't gotten the support because the energies around the house and her sister just don't want her to prosper, so they're fighting her all the time, fighting her. And eventually a person gets tired.
Mm-hmm. Can you allow her to speak with that energies in that house that are stopping her?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now may I speak with the energy that is in the house? Can I know if you're male or female?
Well, the energy is Mother. The reason that's Mother is because Mother gave her the down payment to buy the house. And that made Mother have a tie in the house.
So are you keeping her from selling it, from moving?
Yes, because I gave her the money, and she's supposed to live there, and she's supposed to allow anybody in the family who needs a home to have a place to live.
Why?
Because
Why don't letting her? Do you love your daughter? Do you want her to be having a peaceful and loving and positive life?
well, I never wanted her in the first place. And the reason, I got pregnant with her from her father when we were separated, and I was supposed to marry somebody else in California. And because I was pregnant with her, I had to come back and take care of her and then have those other children. And then I felt that since she was the oldest one, she should take care of the other ones when I was gone. So when I gave her money to buy her house, I knew that she would take care of the other children if they needed her, and she has.
Yes, but there is no more children in that house.
What about Janet?
Well, she's not a children anymore. She's an adult, and she can be taking care of herself.
Well, she can't take care of herself.
Are you still living in that house as an energy? Are you still there? Are you stuck there?
At Teresa's house?
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, because I put money in there.
But you didn't went to the light?
Well,
Have you seen the light? It is beautiful. And as you see this light, it makes you feel so happy and so loving. Are you happy in the house?
well, I'm happy watching my children.
Well, you can watch them from the light
Mm-hmm.
and help them.
Okay, but Teresa is going to get money from the house.
Don't worry about the money. You don't even need the money.
No, it's true.
You don't need the money. Or are you saying money is more important for you to stay in the house than being in completely love and light and watching and helping your children?
Well, then what about Renee?
Oh, she will be fine. Because you sense the light, you can guide her and take better care of her. Being in the house make you more stuck and more hard for you to guide her and help her. But if you go to the light, you can help her better. Would you go to the light? Do you want to go to the light? Do you want to go? Are you ready to go with the light?
I just have to say one thing.
Sure.
I don't like that I gave her $6,000 for a house,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to make all that money off of it. I don't think that's right.
Well, maybe once you're in the light, you can guide her. What do you think about? It's anything besides the house. Being in the house, have you been giving her any kind of feeling or pain in her body?
I've been trying to make her realize that it's wrong to make money off of the house.
Don't you think is that her choice? You shouldn't be worried about. You should be in peace and love.
Mm-hmm.
You have a hard life, right? You deserve to be in love, to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
to be peaceful. Don't you?
Well, I think we should ask her if she wants me to leave.
Who?
Teresa.
Okay, let's ask her. Let me speak with Teresa, please.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa, do you want to allow your mother to go to leave?
Absolutely.
Do you want to say something to her before she leave?
Yes. Mother, I think you would be tired already of all this control stuff. I'm like 69 years old. I've been here for a long time. I want to have a good life. I don't need you to meddle with me. And I believe that Renee probably needs to be on her own too. I can't speak for her. But she is 55. And you died when you were like 79 years, so 10 years older than me. And I don't want you to rob me of my 10 years or 20 years or 30 years that I have left because you have these old antiquated ideas and you think I owe you money. I don't owe you any money. You gave me that money to buy the house because you felt guilty because you never let me have my son. And you have no right to tell me that I can't make any money out of the house or I'm not supposed to get any money back from the sale because you gave me $6,000 when you were alive and you're dead now. So yes, please, Mother, I love you. I think you want you to go in the light. I want you to be happy. I want you to be free. I want you to leave me alone. Leave Janet alone. Leave Carol. Stop making us all suffer, whatever you're doing on your little sneaky spiritual level that you're doing. Because we really want to remember you as our mother, a kind, loving woman. We don't want to remember you as the evil spirit that haunted us for the rest of our lives. We really don't want that. And you know, we've all talked about it. We've all talked about that we feel you doing stuff sometimes. And so yes, I want you to leave the house. I thank you for giving me the down payment. I'm selling the house. I'm going to make a lot of money because I had that house for almost 20 years. But I worked for all of that. I paid all the payments. I did the remodeling. I put up with things. I let Danny live there. I let Leah live there. I let Renee live there. I let the family live there, Mom. I fulfilled my obligations. Okay? Let me go. Please, go. Go into the light. I love you. Leave me alone. I need to live my own life.
Teresa.
Yes.
Would you like to forgive your mother for that pain that you think she caused you? For all the pain.
I do. I totally forgive
Do you
my
forgive
mother.
her?
Yes.
With all your heart?
Yes, I do. I forgive you, Mom. I know you were operating on a, 50% level there, so I forgive you.
Okay, now I want you to send all the love, all this beautiful love that you have for your mother, and gratefulness, and saying goodbye to her. Send her direct to her heart. And now let me speak with your mother. What do you think about that? Do you forgive your daughter because all the things that you think she did wrong?
Do I forgive my daughter? Yes, I do. I forgive my daughter because she was learning.
As you. We all here to learn from each other, don't we?
Yes.
It's something else before you go to the light that you want to say to your daughter or our message from any of your children?
I'm sorry that I was abusive to you. I'm sorry that I had problems mentally that I never took responsibility for. And I'm sorry that I hurt you girls in any way, made you feel less than. I did my best to try to make up what I could. And now I see from this side that I left some things unsaid or undone. And you have to understand that the other side of my personality I had no control over in that lifetime. I did have mental illness and I didn't know it, and I didn't know what I was doing some of the times. So please forgive me.
Okay. Teresa, did you forgive her?
I do. I forgive my mom, yes. Yes.
Okay, let me speak with your mom. Okay, now that you say that to her, I want you to look up and scan all the house and take with you all the energy that doesn't belong there as a gift to your daughter. And I want you to take it with you to the light and tell me when you got all the house cleaned up.
Okay.
Perfect. Are you ready to go to the light?
Well, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I want to.
It's beautiful. Do
I
you want to
will.
see?
I will go. I will go.
Well, now I want to look in your heart and see that light, that sparkle light that you have in you. There is always in you. And as you look at it, it will grow and grow bigger. And tell me how you feel and what you see. Tell me if you like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, do you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Allow yourself to be guided by the love of your guidance and your guardian angel to the light. And may I, the love of God, receive you with much love. Thank you. Tell me when you get there.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Thank you and bye.
Bye.
Okay, Teresa. How you feel about now?
That's pretty good.
Okay.
I saw a big light flash when she left.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, allow me to keep speaking with your higher self, please.
Yes.
Thank you. She wonder if she's moving into number 516.
Again, we would say that that's not her ideal place.
Mm-hmm.
It's temporary. Something else is coming along, but we wanted her to get out of the house. We provided her this place to go to. It's a nice, safe place for the time being. But what we really have in store for her is that she's going to be moving somewhere else that she really, really likes after she moves to this place, the 516, and be much happier in a new place. Probably won't be in the Scottsdale area where we're looking. She's going to be moving. We're not sure where we want her to go to do her work that she's going to be doing. The most important thing is to get out of that house and scale down and get into a different situation and be in a place that none of her family has lived nor will be living. So we wanted her to move in there because it's convenient, it's affordable, it's safe, and it's not a place that the family can come to live. They can't come in there and live there and try to take advantage of her again. So she'll be free of all that.
Okay.
And but it is temporary.
Okay. Can you tell her what is causing her this Epstein-Barr syndrome?
Epstein-Barr, why did she get it?
Yeah. What is causing it?
Stress. Too much stress.
Can you help her and can you remove that from her?
Yes, definitely. We are going to help her with her stress, and we're going to bring good people to her to help her to move out of the house. And it's just let her know, feel confident that it's okay to move. It's the best thing for her. She's going to be happier after she moves.
And can you tell her what is causing her arthritis in her knees and neck?
Aging.
Can you help her?
Yes. We're going to help her. She's already doing a lot better. The more she stays away from her sister, especially as the energy clears, the better she's going to feel. The sister right now is very toxic for her.
She also says she wonders why she has so much
anxiety.
Yeah.
Again, mother, sister, energies, entities attacking her.
So that will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Go off. Okay. Can you do a scan in her body?
Oh, if she has anything else wrong?
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing.
Just wondering if she will go to France.
It's not in the pictures right now for her until after she moves. But after she moves, and especially if she really works on her spiritual things and the writing the symbols, there's a good chance that lots of travel will open up for her.
Will be safe?
Oh yes, because she'll be traveling for us.
Oh, that is perfect. So you will be with her all the time.
And protecting her, just like we protected her in the airplane when the engine blew up.
She wonders if she will keep having engine blow-ups.
No more engine. That was basically to show her that she could override the blow-up engine.
She wants you if you can help her to overcome her feelings of claustrophobia in airplanes and trust?
When she believes that she's working for us and she really feels like she's working for us, which she doesn't feel that now. She used to feel that when she worked before she retired. She felt like she was working for us, so she didn't have all these fears. But now that she doesn't know who she's working for or what she's doing, she's afraid. But when she really gets back to the feeling that she's working for us and she's bringing the light and she's doing her real purpose, she won't be afraid to travel.
And so as you speak, and she's in that place now?
Right.
Okay. What is her sole purpose in this time life?
This is a good one. The reason she wants to be here this time, I mean, she definitely wants to help people, and she has helped a lot of people, and she definitely is doing work for us. But she is here as an experiment of her body to practice healing and regeneration, and to see how long through healing and regeneration she can keep her body young in this lifetime.
That is really interesting. How is she doing that?
Pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I mean, 69. She's 69 in body life.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her skin.
Yeah.
Basically, her body doesn't look real old. Doesn't look like a 69, 70-year-old body. She has minor physical problem. A little bit of osteoarthritis in both knees. Not severe, but she has it. And the Epstein-Barr, which 95% of the people have it. So, under stress, you could get it. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with her.
Can you tell her how can she improve in that?
Oh, she knows. She has to go to get the stem cells in her body.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to do the experiment with us where she's going to receive full body stem cell treatment
Mm-hmm.
and stem cells in her knees.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to document her progress with that and see how much that takes the years off her body.
Okay.
But she has to sell her house to do that because she needs,
Mm-hmm.
she has to have the money to do that. She doesn't have that right now.
Besides that treatment, is something else that she can do?
Well, what she has been doing since the 70s, what she's been doing is practically daily meditation, cleansings, organic foods, vitamins, practicing positive. Unfortunately, you met her at a bad time when she doesn't feel good. But usually she's very positive, she's very upbeat, happy, center of attention, life of the party person. And, but she needed to get rid of, she really needed to make sure that she's broken with her mother and her sister to be free.
Mm-hmm.
But, what were you saying that she...
Is something else that she can apply to increase this healing?
Oh yeah, besides the stem cells?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. After the stem cells, as long as she keeps herself detached from negative people and takes her nutrients and her vitamins and just keeps, healthy in her body, and hopefully what we're hoping is when she does the stem cells, she'll be able to exercise more because she won't have so much body pain.
Mm-hmm.
And we're nobody knows what's going to happen in her body with this. This is the experiment. We can tell her what's going to happen, but we have to just see what her body does when she takes all the stem cells.
Can you check if it's any blockage?
Her thing is that she just lets herself get too engrossed with other people's energy field. That's the thing that she's working on, and she has to keep working on that all the time because she is an empath.
Mm-hmm. Can you show her in her mind or tell her what she can do?
We will work harder to show her because we're seeing that she's getting more sensitive to the energies as the planet's evolving, and it's more challenging to be cut off because her sensitivity is way out there.
Can you work on her right now?
Mm-hmm.
While we speak.
Okay.
Okay. She, besides that experiment, she wonders what is her destiny in Earth.
Well, you know, she likes to push it to the, she likes to push the limits, okay? She likes to push the limits. And one of the things we've found with her, as far as her development and her spiritualness, is that she really likes to push things. So she doesn't always follow the path. Like, if she followed just this path, she would have less reasons to fix things. Because, like, just say, we will say to her, okay, you need to do this for a week. You know, a cleanse or something. And then she'll do it for about 3 days. And then she goes, well, you know what? I feel okay. I won't do it anymore. And so usually that's okay. But then sometimes she gets in trouble because she goes where we really can't protect her enough. And so she has to learn to keep in the boundaries, and she has to learn to not take so many risks, which I think she's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we're working on with her.
Okay. Is this any karma that she has with her sister or something? Or a karma on her sister?
She could help her sister. She could heal her sister. Teresa, Jewel is perfectly capable of healing her sister, as she has healed many others.
She knows how?
Jewel knows how to heal, but her sister won't let her.
So she can send her that energy healing into her, but she's not accepting it.
She won't accept it because her sister will only accept energy if someone is a Christian, or a priest, or a Jesuit, or a nun, or if it's only like a neurosurgeon or a doctor or orthopedic. Her sister will only trust the church or someone from the church or a professional doctor. And her sister doesn't believe that Jewel could help her. And her sister doesn't believe in any, like, you know, not massage, not acupuncture, not holistic, nothing like that. So her sister is choosing to die in pain instead of opening up to the many healings that are available, because the medical doctors, they can't do anything for her. The only thing that could help her, she's been to many medical doctors, many, for years, and nobody knows why she has the pain. And Teresa told her sister, she said, the reason they don't know why you have the pain is because you're suffering from emotional pain, and you need a spiritual solution. You don't need a doctor solution. But the sister won't listen to her.
Okay, I know energy is energy, and as long as she is open to receive healing, it really matters if this healing energy comes from her sister. I mean, she doesn't need to know. Teresa can send her energy, and if she's open to receive that healing.
Okay, so let's ask. Here's what we'll do then. We're gonna rephrase this. Let's ask for this. I'm gonna say this because I know Teresa would want this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask that Carol receives the healing that Jesus, that's her favorite, that Jesus wants her to have from whatever source that Jesus chooses her to have it from. And that since Carol prays to Jesus, that Carol learns to trust that Jesus would send her the right healer. And that healer doesn't have to have the name on it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So now she can do that through that way.
Right, because if Teresa says, Jesus help me send healing light to Carol, then Carol's praying to Jesus and the healing light came through him. Okay.
That is perfect.
Okay, so we'll ask for that. Because it would be nice. I know we want Carol to walk again. We want Carol to be relieved of this tremendous pain.
Beautiful.
And nobody knows where it's coming from. We know where it's coming from, but she, the doctors don't.
Okay. I wonder if Teresa has a message from her brother John.
He's telling her he knows she loves him. He knows that she wanted him to be alive. He knows that she's concerned about the circumstances. But he's telling her, you really don't want to know the truth. And Teresa, your brother knows how much you loved him, and he knows that you really, really did everything you could to help him and take care of him all those years. And he is in a place where he's really working on his soul, and he's doing very, very well where he is, but he is definitely learning a lot. And he's preparing to come back in a whole different way than the last time. And he wants you to know that he will thank you for helping to inspire him to pursue a more spiritual lifetime next time. And he's very happy about that.
She misses her sister Marion too. Can you allow her to speak with her?
Yes, yes. Marianne is telling me that she realizes when she was alive that she wasn't responsible for herself in many ways. And when she incarnated, she had decided at that time that she wasn't going to have a very long life because she didn't really want to be here. But as time went on, she started to realize when she found out, especially when she found out she had the cancer, she wanted to live longer, but she couldn't because the wheels were in motion for her to leave. And she says that she is very, very glad she's not in her body anymore. And she's very happy being my angel and being angel to the other people in the family and not to worry about her. Oh, I know what, Marianne. Could you help Rita to get a baby? Your daughter, she really wants a baby. Could you help her?
What'd you say?
She says, yeah, we will help her. Tell Rita she's going to have a baby. All right, I will, Marianne, because she really wants a baby.
Okay, thank you, Marianne. Now can you let me speak with your higher self, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, Hiram, how does he really feel about her? Well, let's ask his spirit. How do you feel about Hiram's spirit? Will you talk to us? He said he's playing golf, but sure.
What is that feeling about?
About Jewel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how I feel about her, because I told myself that I would never get married to anybody or fall in love with anybody because of my mother. I love my mother. My mother's the number one lady. No other lady could be before my mother. So I haven't let myself to really be in love or committed to anyone for a long time. I am very fond of Jewel, and I care about her, but I try not to think about any feelings for her, and I keep it all at a distance.
Okay. Okay, now let me speak with Teresa. Teresa, do you have any other question for him?
Will you ever pay me back the money you owe me?
What he said?
Probably not.
That is pretty honest.
Unless I get a miracle. But I'll still help you.
Okay. Okay, now let me speak with your higher self.
Okay.
Why does she has a soul language?
Because she was one of the people, one of the souls involved in writing it.
Mm-hmm.
When it was first originated. She was involved in creating it.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned about light language coming from different planets. Are these all light language are the same in essence?
They're in essence the same because they are bringing the truth and the messages. They're the same in that sense, but in another sense of, each light language has a different vibration. So the ones that she brings in has the vibration from the 12th level of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's bringing in a very high vibration in an extremely simplified way. Just simple swirls, but it's a high vibration. And the language is healing, so when you look at the language, you receive healing.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter from where it comes from. People benefit from that language.
It just comes from pure source. There's not it doesn't come from a physical place.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from an energy place, a vibrational place on the 12th level. And she knows how to capture the energy and convert it to a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Much like a musician hears a melody and they can write down the notes. It's the same kind of a thing.
What does the light language or the soul language does to a body, even when the physical body doesn't understand what is?
It attunes the body. It focuses on where the body would need healing. For example, Jewel can work on somebody, on their body, and she could draw all the places in the body that need a symbol, and she could bring in the symbol that body needs and put it right where it needs to be. Unlike Reiki are set symbols in you. They're already written, and you memorize the Reiki symbol, and you shoot it in. You send the energy from that memorized symbol that is everybody knows, but that's not how hers are. Hers are she feels the energy, and she translates the energy into the symbol.
Or she writing the symbol, or she speak the light language?
All.
Oh.
She speaks the language. She translates the energy into the symbol. She reads the symbol language, and then translates the symbol language into written, English written language, and she takes the energy and she could put it in the person's body in this form of the symbol.
Is soul language or light language the same as any modality of energy healing?
Yes. They're all the same. Energy healing's all the same. It just depends on what vibration you're working on. Like every energy healing works with a different energy, with a different frequency. So some energy healing is some energy for healing works. Well, this heals primarily works with your physical body. It changes your cells or your muscles or whatever. Like laser, that's what laser does. It's physical. But then some of it works with your emotional body, your psychological body, etherical body, mental body, mind, conscious, subconscious.
So she can use her soul language to heal her pains, right?
Her own pains?
Yes.
That's different.
Why?
Because she's attached.
So it's better when it comes from another source.
Right.
So that mind doesn't interfere.
No.
Okay, she wonders.
Yeah, so the mind doesn't interfere. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Better. Okay. She wonders about manifesting her fragrance business. Can you tell her something about that?
Very good idea. Probably won't happen.
It's just not for her in this moment.
No.
In this lifetime.
No, it's too complicated.
Okay.
We could tell her that she won't believe how good she feels without her mother around.
Right.
And definitely more love. Definitely. Because her mother's energy around her just kept reminding her that nobody's going to love you.
Oh.
That was a lot of bad energy around her.
Well, I'm so grateful. Thank you. And do you have any message for her that I didn't ask or something that is important for her to know at this moment?
I don't, but I just think the most important thing is that she can move. We give you permission to move out of your house, so get off your butt and get moving.
Nice and clear. That is perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.